He was 20 minutes away from the interview that could save his family when he saw a stranger stranded on the side of the road. He had two choices: protect his future or help someone who meant nothing to him. He chose kindness. And by the time he reached the office, the doors were already closed. What he didn't know was that the woman he helped wasn't just a stranger. She was the one who had the power to change his life forever. In a world where everyone is rushing to secure their own future, what would you do if kindness stood in your way? Marcus had one chance, one interview that could pull his family out of struggle and finally change his life. But on the way there, fate tested him. A stranded stranger, a ticking clock, and a decision that seemed to cost him everything. This is the story of how one selfless act almost destroyed his only opportunity, and why sometimes losing your chance is the very thing that proves you deserve it. Marcus Johnson had exactly $27 in his bank account and one ironed shirt hanging behind his bedroom door. The shirt was light blue, slightly faded at the collar, but it was the only one that still made him look like a man who believed in second chances. Today was supposed to be the turning point, a final interview at one of the fastest-growing tech logistics companies in the city. If he got this job, everything would change. The overdue rent, his mother's medication, the constant weight of almost making it but never quite arriving. He left his apartment 2 hours early. He couldn't afford to be late. The bus broke down 3 stops before downtown. Marcus checked the time. 40 minutes left. He started running. Halfway there, near a crowded intersection, he noticed a small crowd forming. A woman stood beside a black SUV, clearly distressed. One of the tires had blown out, and cars were speeding past her. People slowed down to look, but no one stopped. She looked out of place in that chaos. Tailored cream blazer, heels not meant for pavement, phone pressed to her ear with frustration rising in her voice. Marcus slowed down. He looked at his phone. 25 minutes left. He kept running. Then he heard it, the tremble in her voice. "I don't know how to fix it. I can't just leave it here." He stopped. For a split second, he argued with himself. This was not his problem. He had worked too hard to miss this opportunity. No one had ever stopped their life to fix his. But something inside him wouldn't let him move. He turned around. "Ma'am, do you need help?" She looked at him, surprised. I don't know what to do." Marcus dropped his folder carefully on the sidewalk and rolled up his sleeves. The sun was brutal, and his freshly ironed shirt quickly lost its crispness. He knelt on the dirty pavement, loosened the bolts, replaced the tire with the spare. His hands turned black with grease. Sweat dripped down his forehead. 15 minutes passed, then 20. When he finished, she looked at him with visible relief. "I don't even know how to thank you." He smiled politely. "It's okay. Just glad you're safe." He picked up his folder and checked the time. He was late. He ran the remaining blocks anyway, heart pounding harder from disappointment than exhaustion. When he reached the glass building, he already knew. The receptionist gave him a tight smile. "I'm sorry, the final candidate review has already started." Marcus nodded. He didn't argue. He didn't explain. He simply thanked her and walked out, shoulders heavier than before. One act of kindness had cost him everything. Or so he thought. The next morning, his phone rang from an unknown number. "Is this Marcus Johnson?" "Yes." This is Evelyn Carter from Carter Logistics." His stomach dropped. Carter Logistics, the company. "I believe you met one of our executives yesterday morning." Marcus went silent. "The woman with the black SUV," she continued, "she happens to be our CEO." His mind replayed the moment on the roadside, the cream blazer, the calm authority beneath the panic. "She insisted we review the security footage from outside the building and your resume personally. She said anyone who would sacrifice their biggest opportunity to help a stranger without asking for anything in return is exactly the kind of leader we want here." Marcus couldn't speak. "She'd like to meet you, again, this time as our top candidate." The second interview was different. The CEO herself sat across from him, the same woman from the roadside, now composed, powerful, observant. "You didn't know who I was?" she said. "No, ma'am." "And you still stopped?" "Yes." She smiled. "Most people don't." A week later, Marcus walked into the same building, not as a desperate applicant, but as a newly hired operations manager. What he thought had destroyed his chances had actually defined them. Because sometimes the opportunity isn't in the interview room. Sometimes it's on the side of the road, disguised as an inconvenience. And sometimes the thing that looks like a setback is the very proof you were ready all along. Marcus thought he had missed the biggest opportunity of his life. But what he didn't realize was that character speaks louder than any resume ever could. In a world driven by competition, it's easy to believe that success comes from putting yourself first. But sometimes, the very moment you choose kindness over ambition is the moment destiny quietly chooses you back. If this story moved you, remember, you never know who is watching when you choose to do the right thing.